joining us for the second half of the action here at Felds Park, and it is the Mount Albert Lions well and truly in control at the break, but another 40 minutes to play. TJ Ashford, your thoughts from the first 40 minutes that really in the flow of the game seemed pretty even, but Mount Albert emerged well and truly on top on the scoreboard.
Yeah, we were just talking off air just now. It's not as if Mount Albert's thrown too much at them. I just feel like, again, whether or not they've had a high intensity workload at training or what, I'm unsure, but Glenora just seem real slow and lethargic at the moment. They're not bringing much energy to the contest. And against a side like Mount Albert, who's traditionally not as big as most sides in the Fox Memorial, who they bring a lot of energy as well. So that's the type of strength that they play to, is just a lot of energy on and off the ball. So Glenora are struggling to match that at the moment, and they find themselves 18 points behind on the scoreboard, which is a fair bit in this contest between these two sides. And you don't see Mount Albert or a side like Mount Albert give up 18 points too easy. So how are they going to find the points? I'm not sure, but they need to ensure that they stay in the contest and try not to look for easy ways to win this contest, because that's not going to how they get themselves back in the contest.
All right, and looking ahead to tomorrow, TJ won't be joining us. We're allowing TJ to spend some time with his family this weekend, but Troy and I will be pitchside at Jack Colvin Park. But TJ, will get your thoughts, I guess, on, first of all, the curtain raiser game, which should be an absolute belter. Manirewa taking on Point Chevalier. You could almost call that a Kiwi Ferns trial, really, when you look at those two squads.
Yeah, both teams have quite a fair bit of experience in terms of their personnel, and Manirua got the upper hand on that first round against Point Chev earlier on in the year, and I believe it was by a fair decent margin as well, so it was a comfortable victory. Again, if it's dry conditions like this, anything could happen, but both sides are littered with Kiwi Ferns in there, and it'll be, for a curtain raiser, not a bad contest between those two sides, to be honest.
And then our main game, Ponsonby up against Te Aratū. This is two sides that started in the second tier, won the second tier, and have just built year on year since coming into the first division, have developed some wonderful players along the way. How do you see that one going?
Yeah, it'll be another good contest between those two sides as well, and Ponsonby will be a little bit fresh after having the week off last week, and due to a tragedy that happened amongst their peers. And again, it'll be a contest played with a fair bit of emotion, I would say, as well. So look for Ponsonby to come out of the blocks heavy tomorrow and look to stamp their authority nice and early in that contest over at Jack Colvin Park.
Yeah, and those two sides, both great advertisements for what can be done in the women's game if you're patient. And look, there's something to be said of going into that second tier and building your player base rather than going straight into that top tier and maybe copying a couple of heavy losses against those Kiwi Fern loaded teams. So well done to both those sides, building along the way as we prepare to get back underway here at Felds Park. Referee Elliott in position. Glenora with all the work to do over the next 40 minutes. And it will be the Lions with first use of the football. Jardine Namor, pretty impressive off the bench through that first half. Fraser jumps out and goes to Ackland. Afu turns back and links with Darren Kellett-Moore.
Just a change I see on there as well, Corey. It doesn't look like Phil Kingy's come out in the second half. They've got another player playing three-man in at the moment, so I'm not sure if he's picked up an injury. I can't see him out there on the field either, so a big change for Glenora Bears.
And he is draped in the jacket over on the interchange bench, it looks like. So we'll keep an eye on that and see if we can bring some updates on the reshuffle. In the meantime, Josiah Afu with a nice finish to that set, burying the kick into touch. Chaz Brown. To Utah Yorker, who gets whacked. Utah, a product of Kelston Boys High School, who went down in the first 13 grand final on Wednesday night after leading at half-time. Bit strange calling a Kelston game without a Yorker involved, actually. It's been pretty much the whole time we've been commentating that one of the boys has been coming through. Zion, Utah, or Isom, or Cartier. Tippins. The Yorker launches one high, under it, takes a bounce, back towards Glenora, and over the sideline.
Ball boy. Great. Great. The 20, go and put it back
Scrum
up.
packs down. Ackland retrieves off the back. Darren Callett-Moore coming in on the angle. Schonkel driving the legs and showing off some extra yardage.
Yeah, worrying signs here for Glenora as well. Marcus Fraser now being injected into the second half, so look for him. He's fresh and a very good dummy half runner as well, Corey. So look for him to speed up this ruck a little bit more for Mount Albert Lions.
Afu to Callett-Moore. Ackland gets his kick away. And it bounces. It's in for the time being. And Lua Falialo has to make a play at it. So drop out coming up in back-to-back sets for Mount Albert. If we do misidentify a player or struggle to spot the play, our apologies. It is very hard, just with the way the shadows are happening here at Felds Park, to make out the numbers sometimes. So Yorker. This one down towards Waka. Set up a try in that first half for Johnson Peters. Jardine Namo. Ackland starting to cook something up on this left edge here. Let's see how this plays out. Goes out the back, and then they come back to the inside to Callett-Moore. Been heavily involved so far in this second half, Callett-Moore. Fraser jumping out and burrowing. Stop short of the line though. Last coming up now for Mount Albert. Petty will clear the ruck. Swings it back to Afu. Afu puts boot to ball, and it's well taken in the end down low. So Glenora dodge a bullet, but TJ, they need something just to energise the team here now, whether it's a big carry or a penalty or something just to lift the spirits a bit and get them out of this end.
Yeah, they do, and Mount Albert's been piggybacking them out of there in the first half, so if they've tidied up their discipline, which I'm pretty sure Coach John Ackland would have touched on at the halftime speech there, and they'll be looking to try and draw something out here. As you see, Zach Tippins trying to catch the markers offside, but they need something. Again, they've got to stay in the contest, but Mount Albert's throwing a few more things at them attacking-wise as well in the second half, which is a bit of a worrying sign.
Chaz Brown gets rid of one. Tomata steps back in field now into a little bit of open space. James Tomata. He is dragged down by Lilenga. They've got front foot ball here as Chaz Brown jumps out. Pops an offload to Tomata, who then kicks in behind. And in the end, it's a pretty
Stay on 3.
soft end to the set, really, as they jump out of dummy half now. We've got a foot race on down this edge. It's Ackland. Cover coming across. Links with Lilinga. Lilinga now striding away. The cover is coming across, but it will not arrive in time. Tika Lilinga off a long-range break down the left-hand side from Aidan Ackland. The Mount Albert Lions are on fire, and it's the Glenora Bears who are burning.
Production's on fire too, just quietly.
As we look at this instant replay there, we haven't picked up the start of it, but again, put this down to Aidan Ackland, just identifying down the short side there. As we see here, we've managed to get the replay. It's just no defenders there, and Ackland's identified the space and shows a clean pair of heels there. And again, you saw Lilinga on the inside there, Corey. We heard them, talking amongst each other as they made that break. And there's no way once this guy got the hands on the ball, there's no way no one's stopping this guy. Again, against the run of play there too, Glenora Bears did really well to get out of their half. We were asking them to find something, and they did. And unfortunately, there Mount Albert just turned that around in one simple play there and extend their lead now to 22. More than likely, going to be 24 points to 0.
And you're right, that's the sort of worrying part, was Glenora was starting to look a little bit lively down there, and then just like that, Aidan Ackland disappears, and great support play from Lilinga. So Afu now with a regulation kick from in front. Flags up. Russell Gordon in contracts, Mount Albert Lions 24, West Auckland brick and block, Glenora Bears 0. 8.5 minutes into the second half. We might go to TJ in a moment's time and see if we can grab some of the half-time updates from around the grounds. In the meantime, though, both teams making their way back to halfway, and the Glenora Bears with a fair bit of soul-searching to do here. 24 points the difference right now, and with each minute that passes by, the prospect of turning it around becomes less and less likely. Remember, Glenora raced out to a massive lead against Mount Albert in this game earlier in the season, and Mount Albert fought back. But just does not necessarily have that feeling today, like the Bears have suddenly got a whole lot of points in them. But we shall wait and see as Jardine Namo hands off, and Mount Albert now looking to work their way out. This is Fraser. The interchange dummy half is Quiney Rogers Brown. Christian Pettiet maybe. No, it's Rogers Brown. Getting out to an edge now, Lilinga. Wrapped up by Utah Ioka. Lions to finish this set 5 short of halfway. It'll be Ackland to kick. Puts one high. Ackland gets hit hard by Vasu Valangi.
Yeah, that'll be a penalty there, Corey, I think. Playing advantage as the referee.
Well, Ackland's back up to his feet. Mount Albert have recovered the ball somehow, and now we've got a game on our hands as the ball spins out wide. Wiramu Kaidi will finish. Wow. What a series of events that was. My attention was immediately drawn to the health of Aidan Ackland in back play. And in the meantime, Mount Albert regather it here. Rory Ropati, who does miraculously well, TJ, to offload the ball. And then from here, they just find Glenora wanting on the edge.
Yeah, just lack of want there, Corey, from Glenora. No one wanted to put their hands on the ball there or attempt to get anything. And you see there, Mount Albert, they've pretty much got 9 to 10 players on that kick chase as well. So an outstanding job there. And again, a kick is only as good as it chased. I actually thought they were going back for the penalty as well, but they played to the whistle there. So well done to Mount Albert Lions, extending their lead now. It's going to be hard to pull this back for Glenora, 28-0.
So Kairi runs one in, and it's 28-0 with a kick to come from Josiah Afu. We'll go to TJ and get some results as soon as this conversion is taken. And, well, it's a bit of a shocker from Josiah Rafu. Thankfully, his team's up 28-0. So Russell, Gordon in contracts, Mount Albert Lions 28, West Auckland Brick and Block, Glenora Bears 0. TJ, some updates from around the grounds.
Yeah, Corey, we've only got 2 updates so far, and one of them, the big one, Monaco Magpies are currently leading that contest out there at Prince Edward Park against Papakura. They're leading 14 points to 4. And the Pakuranga Jaguars as well, they're still staying in touch with the Richmond Bulldogs. I think the score last time I checked was about 28-16 or something like that. So still in there, tight contest at both of those parks at the moment. But that Monaco Magpies side, they just don't know how to lose at the moment, Corey, and they're playing outstanding.
Yeah, they are indeed in fine touch, and that would be a fair sculpt to start the season if they can get one over Papakura Seagulls. It's interesting talking to a few people about how that championship might play out. There is renewed optimism that the Glenora Bears have strengthened their side and will be a different force come the championship than they were through the qualifiers. So we will wait and see how they get on today as the Mount Albert Lions now ruck the ball out, and this contest is fast disappearing from being a question right now. It's all Mount Albert in this second half. Fraser to Ackland. Ackland again. Kick pressure. Lua Falialo takes it well. Brings the football back. The line speed super keen from Mount Albert, despite the handy advantage on the scoreboard. They're not slowing down one bit. Sampson. Tippins to Kavaliki, who's on for his second stint. It's Swape, the 5'8" this time. And it's a forward pass. Well, nice to watch for a second there, TJ, but the forward pass is on. I guess they had to try something there, the Glenora Bears.
Yeah, again, I mentioned this earlier in the first half as well with Cole Waka. He likes to defend a fair distance in from the touchline there as a centre. And Sawape, you don't expect the front rower throwing that pass there as we look at the Sassinston replay. Nice pass. Yeah, slightly forward, and touch judge just in line with it. I would call play on, man. If you get a prop throwing a pass like that, just give it to him. Again, that's, you know, if a prop's throwing it, then why aren't the halves doing it? That's my question there, Corey. So he's obviously seen some space, and we see the referee calling time off there due to an injury here on the field from Mount Albert Lions number 3, Wiramu Kaire. I think he got an injury in the set before that. No, it wasn't scoring a try, but I think it was in the contact that he had with Chaz Brown and that tackle he made just in that previous set. I think it's a hand or a wrist injury by the look of it.
So Wiramukari heads to the sideline, and the scrum packs down Mount Albert feed, and they'll go straight down the short here and chew off a fair bit of yardage as well. Christian Petty hit hard that time. Ackland works it back up the middle via Jardine Namo. Fraser down the right.
Just a change I've seen here, attacking-wise too, Corey. You see the Mount Albert Lions linking up a little bit more with their attacking sets at the moment, where in the first half they probably played either side of the ball. And I mentioned earlier as well, they're actually throwing a few more shots in the second half, so probably put that down to a coaching change made at halftime.
So Ackland hoists it high. It's claimed by Mount Albert, and they're going to run another one in. It's Huani Rogers-Brown Johnny on the spot to collect that one. And they're making light work of it as they take over. It's 32-0 with a kick to come.
Yeah, as we look at the Sassons, the replay there, nice little kick by half Aidan Eklund. And I mentioned this earlier as well, just the word want there, Corey. Mount Albert just showed a little bit more energy wanting to get to the ball and had more bodies around there. And Hawani Brown picks up the scraps there and shows a good bit of toe there to get into the corner. And see how happy Mount Albert Lions are there with that try as well. Big lead now to the Lions, 32 points to 0.
Afu steps in, following his first miss of the day. And adds another one. So score remains Russell, Gordon, Contracts, Mount Albert Lions 32. West Auckland, Brick and Block Glenora Bears 0. Well, TJ, when I woke up this morning and knew that we were coming to do this game, this is not the scoreline that I had imagined, but the Mount Albert Lions, to their credit, well worthy of the 32-0 advantage.
Yeah, it's definitely not the scoreline I imagined it coming to Felds Park today as well, Corey, but the alarming sign is it's 32-0 and there's still 20 minutes to go on the contest, and Glenora Bears just haven't shown any sign of, clawing their way back or anything like that at the moment. So as we get that pun in there for Troy Hardy, as he likes that, having a little giggle off camera as Troy.
Yeah, and I've got to say, that was barely funny that time, but hey.
Hey, listen, big cool cats. One of the things that's really important too is that the 2 points that Mount Albert will take out of this gets them into second position, which is going to be really important into the later part of the season. I think there's only 1 point between them. 3 points, so the 2 points gets them a little bit closer. And I think the aggregate's going to be something that'll count as well. Getting 32 points up nil is going to go, good towards the back end of the season.
Ropati stepping back infield now. Another one hoisted high. Falialo under it. Takes it well. So Mount Albert now rucking this ball forward via Taumata. And just to confirm, there is a 3-point gap right now between Mount Albert and Glenora, so there'll be 1 point still in it anyway. But certainly a statement being made here. Yoka. Possibly the team really enjoying this will be the Point Chevrolet Pirates, who now have a chance to go 4 points clear of their nearest rival on the ladder. Yoka to Brown. Chaz Brown puts the fend on and then pops an offload. Back to Utah, and now they're going to go coast to coast. Really Buchanan holding it up, goes to Tuifua. And hand over, I think. Yes, it is.
Yeah, Mount Albert Lions, Corey, in the second half, just doing a really good job completing their sets and getting to their kick now. And they're just applying pressure through their defence. And I don't think, other than that one tackle that Chaz Brown and Taumata had in that second half, I don't think they've had any other play the ball opportunities inside Mount Albert's territory at the moment. So, again, they're chasing points, Glenora. They have to, but at the same time, something that they need to do is string together a decent performance in this back 20 and give themselves a bit more confidence for next week.
Yeah, and since Mount Albert have tidied up those sort of sloppy penalties, they look very much a complete package for the last little section as Afu jumps off the leg and then kicks in behind. There's a chance on here for the Lions, but Luafalialo collects and scoops up and goes back. Lalenga's injured in back play. He was almost called into action there. Taumata now bringing the ball forward. Should say Simon Luafalialo in a beaten team has been pretty good today. He's had a fair bit of work to do under that high ball. As Ioka looking to bring the ball out. It's been spilled, and Jardine Namo thought for a second that he was going to go all the way. What have we got here? Each way? Well, I think we're still debating exactly where this is going to go. I haven't seen a call come through yet. Not too sure why it wouldn't have been play on if it was only a Glenora knock on. So we'll have to assume that it was each way.
Well, Glenora setting up defensively here by the look of it off the scrum, so there may be some communication difficulties there with the referees. I know they're using some new technology today, so that could be part of the problem there, but as you see the result, nice shot there by one of the Ioka brothers.
Oh, that's great stuff. There's two Iokas in there by the end of it, with some help from Mosisi Faimani. So that's better from the Glenora Bears. And again, Utah Ioka making an impact off the ball right now. And time off for a talk here. There's a bit of back chat going on, I think.
Yeah, I think it's something to do with an indiscretion in the tackle there, Corey. Milicia's coming out of that a little bit worse for wears by the look of it, so there's a bit of contact in that tackle on the ground. Yeah, getting a little bit fiery now on field. This might work wonders for Glenora, obviously kickstarting the energy, or it could pay dividends for Mount Albert. So we'll see next couple of minutes how that plays out.
Ropati. Back through the middle, they work it now. I think that's Moni Tafui. Ackland going to the line and then plays to Afu. It's half to half. Numbers out here on this edge. It's thrown back in from Corey Sita, almost NFL style. Last coming up now for the Lions. Afu. Kick gets dribbled in. Afu regathers and runs in another one for the Lions. Well, when it's your day, it's your day. And it has well and truly been Mount Albert's 65 minutes so far. Another try, and it's Josiah Afu who crosses, takes them up to 36 points.
Yeah, as we look at the Sass instant replay, a bit of a solo effort there by Josiah Afu again, chasing his own kick. And a lack of want again by the Glenora Bears by the look of it. Just no energy around the ball. And score gets blown out again, 36 points to 0. Kick to come. Tough times for this final 15 minutes here for Glenora. Corey?
Well, yeah, and there's a pride factor in this as well, because, you know, if you're getting 40 points put on you by the team nearest to you on the ladder, that would seem like a real issue confidence-wise as well. Afu now to attempt this conversion to stretch it out to 38.
I don't know if we can get a shot of their Glenora side there as well, just while we're taking that kick, but they just look real disjointed next to the post as well. Corey, you can see there, no one together. They're not playing together at the moment as well. You can see as we pan out on that shot, just looks like no one's wanting to be there at the moment. So worrying signs there for Glenora as we go into the top division part of this season for Glenora Bears. So they just need to rally together. Like I said, you know, the game's probably out of reach now, definitely, but they need to string some sort of confidence together in the final 15 minutes of the game to get a bit of confidence for next week.
Yeah, and look, it's doable. They've got some great experienced players in that squad. They've got a very good coach in Tony Benson, so certainly it can be turned around. And it's going to be about those experienced players, I guess, coming together and having some honesty about what's gone wrong today. Is it just a case that they haven't shown up, or is there something a little deeper to address? I know there was a feeling that they didn't show their best against Point Chev, and that was probably their worst showing of the year. Well, we've got a new candidate for that today. I don't think there's any doubting this is the worst Glenora have played so far in 21.
No, exactly, and again, worrying signs that their two worst performances for the year have come up against first and third on the ladder in between them. So definitely worrying signs, and that could be something simple with regards to training load as well, Corey, during the week. I don't know what they've done without asking the coaching staff or anything like that, but it could just be, you know, doing a little bit too much and zapping some energy or too much energy out of your training sessions. So it could be something as simple as that to fix, but you can also see their strike weapon, Soape Kavaliku as well, their main go forward.
Yep.
You know, as well as Chase Bernard, obviously, just lacking with a bit of an injury today, so that could be costing the side as well. But definitely worrying signs earlier on in the second part of the season.
So Melissa Murray now back assuming the dummy half duties, and Cole Walker gets swamped. Ball comes out. There was 3 in that tackle. So another penalty. So Ackland to kick for touch. Tafui gets the set going. Ackland to Afu, and then Christian Petty. Hasn't been asked to do too much today, Christian Petty. Melissa Murray to Afu. Afu straightening and taking the ground. 11 to play here at Felds Park. It is the Lions who lead 38-zip. Staring down a potential shutout of the team ahead of them on the ladder. Ropati. Last play coming up now. Melissa Murray to Afu, and Afu kicks back towards the sticks. There's no one home for Glenora. Popping up just at the right time there was Isa Mioka, although he gets bundled into touch. Back-to-back sets coming up now for the Mount Albert Lions once again.
Yeah, again, Corey, just something that Mount Albert's doing well this second half is, you know, getting to the back end of their sets and turning the ball over in very good field position as well. So Glenora just struggling to, you know, get on the front foot there, and it's come down to the ability as we look at a short kick, short drop out here from Glenora. But yeah, again, Mount Albert just changed their attacking structure at the moment as well, Corey. Like I said, they've got both halves playing on the side of the ball as well, which they're looking actually quite sharp when attacking that way as well.
This is Jake Cusack. Tafui running in towards the SAS uprights. Big thank you to SAS Sport, principal sponsors of this competition. Swings out the back to Afu. Afu now dancing and jinking his way towards the line, but held up, says Elliott. Rogers Brown. Last coming up now for the Lions as they look to tick the scoreboard over 40. Swings out the back to Cusack. Cusack will change direction. Mount Albert now looking to run it. The ball has popped up and it's turned over. Israel Levi on the field. Tomata. Corey Seater's just about ended up inside the commentary box there. TJ and I showed a little concern for both his safety and ours.
Yeah, the door to the trailer was actually up there, and as he jumped over there, he almost knocked himself out on that. So glad you come out with that one well, Corey.
Afu to pack the scrum. The commentary box getting a bit giddy now. Waka. Go Waka, straightens. Just about through. 35 out from the line. The Lions all over the Bears here as Tafui bumps it forward but then gets whacked. And it was Masesi Faimani and Zach Tippins, I think, involved in the tackle. Rogers Brown. Melissia Murray. Oh, well, the markers weren't straight there. Eklund wants the 2. Time off. Now, what's happening here? Are we going to see further action? Okay, no. They're going to take the 2. I'm not sure what the time off was there, but Eklund keen to see the scoreboard tick over to the 40. And at this point, Mount Albert just having fun.
Yeah, I think it's Chase Bernard there. I think he was just, I think he's got a bit of a knock there and maybe some claret coming out of there. Anthony Elliott, the on-field official, just saying he needs to clear that up before he carries on playing. Another change as well, it's just talking about Mount Albert's attack here as well, Corey. You can see there, I've been speaking about the halves linking up on the ball there, but they've actually been changing sides as well on attack, so they haven't just been sitting themselves on one side of the ruck. Both of them have been swapping over, and as a defensive line, it offers a few more questions and things like that you need to solve defensively. So they've done, obviously, Coach John Ackland's allowed them to play on both sides of the ball here, and it's worked wonders in the second half because they've pulled on the points here against a strong outfit in Glenora Bears.
Two more. Russell, Gordon and Contractors. Mount Albert Lions 40, West Auckland, Brick and Block Glenora Bears 0. And still with about 5 minutes to play here. Maybe the Mount Albert scoring's not finished quite yet. High and short. Rogers Brown goes up, does not collect. And Tomata now scoops it up. Links with Ioka. So Glenora now with a chance to ensure that they're not held to 0. Sampson, nice ball at the line. Faimani it is, charging. Taken down well by Lilinga, who stripped it one-on-one. Well, exceptional fullback play there. When your team's up by 40 with 5 to play, it's those little efforts that separate the good from the great at grassroots level. That was a heck of a play.
Yeah, that's the story of the day for the Glenora Bears there. And it was actually a nice tip on there by lock forward Comer Sampson, and he made a play like that in the first half as well and ended up being an intercept, so he's learnt from that. And again, great solo effort by Tika Lalinga at the back there. That's some great fullback play.
Afu kicking from deep, and Ioka back, hits it backwards and it bounces up. So Isam Ioka brings the football back into the final four. And yeah, there was a little knee in there from Kolwaka. And it may actually be that the penalty's not, no, it's 4 offside. So I think they've missed the little knee, or maybe it was a little less serious than it looked on the camera. Tuifua.
Just last update as well on that current score. Manukau Magpies leading 28 points to 14 out there as well at Prince Edward Park there, Corey, and I believe that might be full time for them as well. And then Richmond Bulldogs have extended their lead. They put 44 points to 22, I believe, on Pakuranga as well.
Utah Ioka charging towards the line, but pulled down short. Tippins, looping ball over the top to chase. It's Chaz Brown who's going to be held up. Well, there's a fair bit going on there, a bit of foliage in the way. Thought it was Chase Bernard at first. Tippins, Ioka, Sampson, getting out in front of the SAS uprights. Well, just one of those days for the poor old Glenora Bears. Israel Levi it is that comes up with the error there, but I mean very little at the end of the day. Does, however, give Mount Albert another chance on the football to maybe, just maybe, pile on another try. As Christian Petty gets swamped. Well, just about pushed right back into the in goal. Clever run out of trouble there by Melicia Murray. Tafui.
Yeah, this, Glenora needed to have this sort of energy throughout the rest of the game. That's their 4th tackle, I think, now, and they're still inside their 10 metres. So finishing the game strong with this defensive set there, Corey, but just too late, unfortunately.
Afu, little dink over the top. It's Lalinga who's chasing. Lua Falialu makes the play at it, and now he's got a little bit of open space. Taken down on the legs tackle. Quick play the ball. Mount Albert looking to hold the Bears to 0. Tippins to Ioka. Brown. Brown getting on the outside. Still fending and pushing away. Faimani to Levi. Over the top to Ifua. Ioka. Ioka taken down. Kolwaka it is who makes the tackle. Sampson. Ioka finds an offload. Got to be a gap somewhere here for the Bears. Brown puts the footwork on. Brown to Taumata. Taumata looking for a try in game 100. Ioka goes across field, and it's bouncing. Has it been knocked on, or has Tuifua scored here? Clive Tuifua is going to score on the siren, I think. And it's been awarded, so Glenora will not be held to 0. But TJ Ashford, I dare say, this will mean very little to the coaching staff and players of the Bears. Well beaten today.
Yeah, well, again, unfortunately, they left their best defensive set till their last defensive set of the game, Corey. So that's obviously something that they need to look at. But for Glenora Bears, it's going to start with the review. Unfortunately, not just necessarily with regards to how their game went today, but just how the sessions have gone throughout the week as well. So be interesting to see how that goes moving forward.
So waiting on the conversion here. And this will finish off the game. Struck. And it's good, so it finishes up the Russell, Gordon and Contracts, Mount Albert Lions 40, West Auckland Brick and Block Glenora Bears 6. Short break before we are joined by the two captains pitch side. All right, Chase Bernard, no doubt a gutting loss, mate. Did you have any sort of sense during the week that maybe something like that was coming?
Nah, no way. Never expect to end the game off like that, 40-0. Just disappointing, to be honest.
Obviously a lot to work on for next week, but what are the main concerns to come out of that for you?
Just too many errors. Honestly, too many errors and discipline wasn't there. We talked about it all week, and a team like this will capitalise on it, and that's what they've done. Put a good score against us. So we should get back to training on Tuesday, push forward and leave it behind.
Chase, you remain second on the ladder, mate, so plenty to play for still as we go into the next few weeks. All the very best.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks.
Joined now by Aidan Ackland, captain of the Mount Albert Lions. Well, Aidan, that was a heck of a statement. How did that feel?
Oh, it feels really good. We've kind of been building into this after the slow start to the year. And yeah, we're just under fine form at the right time of year.
What did you like most about that victory? Obviously, you leak a try right at the end there, otherwise it would have been the nil, but was it the defensive side that you liked most?
Yeah, it was the defence, and sort of half breaks are always going to happen in this grade, and what's important is sort of how you stand up to it after that. And I thought our scramble was outstanding, our middles were outstanding, and especially our left edge showed a lot of heart today.
You talked to us a little bit about those middles because you got some fairly big bodies in there who laid a great platform.
Yeah, no, we have outstanding middles and we still have a few more out, so that's the scary thing. We're not in full strength yet, but our middles today did an outstanding job. Amoni, Carl, David, Jake Cusack, Hawani, Christian Petty, they're all outstanding players and they're tough, which is the most important thing.
Excellent. All right, well, all the very best for the next few weeks, Aidan. I'm sure we'll see you on the live stream, but yeah, all the very best for the next couple of games.
Cheers, thank you.
Right, that concludes our coverage here from Felds Park. We're back in action tomorrow, aucklandleague.co.nz for all of the details. We are live for the first game from 12:30, the second game from 2:30. We'll see you then.
Hit it! That's what I'm talking about. Wait! Okay, now, from the beginning.
Hit it, boys.